Hey guys, my name is Archie, and I'm from CrossFit Chichester. If you're on the channel, yes, well done. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to go and talk about this topic today, which is a hard truth about training after 35. So you're looking at me. I'm currently 37. I've got 20 years plus of training in gyms experience. I've got 12 years plus of running my own gym. So I'm pretty well qualified to talk about this. Truth is that when we hit the age of kind of 35, even 30 plus, but certainly 35, we don't, our bodies just don't recover like they used to. And pretending otherwise is very costly. When I was in my 20s, I could literally go and start just a session straight away. And I accepted maybe the first round felt kind of a bit sketchy, but then after that it was fine. It was good to go. That's cool in your 20s. So if you're in your 20s, we don't need you here. If you're in your 35, 40, 45, 55 plus category, then you should stick around, because some of this stuff will probably resonate with you and what your own experience is. So pushing harder will often create pain, not progress. And oh man, come on, I've seen some of you in your 40s thinking like you can train like your 20s. Don't be that guy, all right? Don't be that person. Train with intent to get better, not to win the day. And by that, I mean and again, you might see this in previous podcasts, training to focus on good technique, really important. Training to focus on training to focus on developing your body, training to focus on building strength over long term, over decades, is a better approach than over like 10 weeks. We're trying to develop stronger bodies long term, which takes a different approach. And I think that training should give you more energy, not less. So if you go into a session and you're feeling completely worked, or you go into it, you finish a session and you feel like properly worked and like you've done something, that's good. But if you feel completely effed, then that is not a good thing. You should feel good, and you should feel better than when you walked in. Every training session should have that goal, but definitely should train with the intent of, I'm trying to get better this year, not better today, or beat the guy next to me. It's great having competition, and we pride it on it, but don't be silly. Don't be an idiot. I've seen guys in their 50s and 60s. I've seen a dude in his late 50s he PR'd his back squat, which was a solid number. It was like 120. And that was a massive PR for him. And I was like, oh, cool, well done. Do you know what he did when I turned around? Put 125 on the bar. And what happened next set him back 6 months, because he tried to stand it up, pulled his groin, and it just ruined him for months. It's not worth it. You don't need that extra 5 kilos. We're not trying to win the day. What you're trying to do is just win the race that is you. Win the process of building a strong body, and that is functional and capable and able to last for the long term, and able to do the things that matter. The things like going and spending time with your kids, being able to go onto a squash court and play and not worry about tweaking your calf. I love to ski. I train to be able to ski with my kids. Now, I don't need to be particularly fit to ski with my kids, which is nice. I've got little kids. I have a wonderful little girl who's 6 currently. Skiing with her is one of the most fun experiences of my entire life. But what that looks like is going at snail's pace backwards trying to stay in front of her to make sure she doesn't go too fast. With my boys, that's a different question, but it's not particularly strenuous, and it shouldn't be. But I do my training to be able to do that kind of stuff and have fun with it. Don't need to look, I'm past all that whole I need to look amazing, I need to do all this kind of stuff. It's more about what my body can do. And actually the first thing that I realized when I started doing CrossFit, yes, real pure CrossFit, was that I did stop caring about how I looked. I was 18 and I remember disliking how my legs looked, and it was really silly. I was in a weird kind of funk. And yeah, you could say it's just immaturity, and it was. But whenever I focused myself on actually my work capacity and what my body could do, it changed everything. It changed how I approached the training. It changed what it could do. It took, quite a few years to go and do that. I'm very lucky to be able to go and do what I do. But the most important thing when it comes down to it is that you just have to accept that, that your body can't put up with the kind of battering that we maybe did maybe if you were super fit in your teens. It can't deal with the battering that you want to give it, that you gave it then, that maybe your rugby coaches or your football coach or whoever you had training you gave you then. Because you're a teenager, your body just responds and recovers because your body's full of growth hormone and it just recovers so quickly. It's amazing. Later on, you just need to approach it with a much longer term mindset. So that's like a big part of our philosophy and this is the philosophy for us. This is what I've developed over a long, long time. I've been in the CrossFit industry for probably longer than most CrossFit gyms. And I've seen it all. And the big thing with it is just making sure that you actually do take that approach. And it's really sad when I see guys like getting upset about the scoreboards, about whether someone beat them or not. Like, who cares? Like, at the end of the day, nobody cares. If you're a Hyroxer, no one cares about your time. The only person who cares is you. Okay, and you're talking to someone who's done 4 Hyroxers. I probably won't do another one again. But I'm just saying that no one cares what your score is, how much you lift, what your time was. But what you will care is what will matter, maybe not today, but what will matter in 10 years' time is whether you deadlifted with a flat back or not, because you can still move, because you haven't herniated a disc, or whether you properly warmed up and made sure that your shoulders are warm when you're doing sets of pull-ups or ring rows. Those are the things that you'll care about. So taking that approach is so important. I can't emphasize it enough in terms of how important that is. Right, you've got me talking at you for the last 8 minutes. If you've made it this far, me talking at you for this time, great, amazing. I can be quite strong and passionate about things, and it is because I I think that maybe I'm talking to the people who do repeatedly make those kind of mistakes and trying to push themselves. I'm talking to some of my clients, really. It's like, just adapt the exercise. Another thing, another thing is that we often look at people who can do an exercise. Let's talk about the front squat. Okay, so, you've got the bar resting here and you can get those elbows up. Wonderful, great. What happens if you can't get that front rack position? We're doing front squats. There is nothing wrong with putting your hands here and squatting it like that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I've seen people do that, or nothing wrong with going to dumbbells if you're doing thrusters. There is absolutely zero, there's nothing to be upset about with it. I'm a huge fan of putting those things together, of modifying the exercises, and people will know me. I change the hell out. I like to scale the shit out of things to make the exercises more effective and better. And that's how you should approach your training too. I hope you found this was valuable. Thanks so much for jumping on. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you in the next one.